1, get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, and welcome to an interesting replay. This is one from the history files. This is my KV-1, and this is all the way back in patch 8.0. This is the patch where physics was introduced. This is actually from, I think it was September 2012, so it's a year and a quarter old, and I was slightly less of a good player back in those days. Also of interest, I'll just take a quick look around the map. Look how different, I mean, this is Halluf, and you can see in that year and a quarter, just that space of time, the game has, it looks quite a bit different these days, and 2014 promises even more changes, so looking forward to that. So just a reminder to everyone what it used to look like, a year and a bit ago. But that's not, that's not the reason why we're looking at this replay. We're looking at this replay because it's rather improbable, and it shows that I don't think the KV-1's armor can be called quite this troll these days. What with the changes to aiming that came in 8.6, but it used to be a lot more. When it was harder to hit weak spots or stuff that you were aiming for at longer distances, the KV-1's armor, I think, used to be more troll than it is now. So top tier, El Halluf encounter mode, and I'm toting the 57mm pew pew gun, which was what I used mostly for an awful long time. And I still have a KV-1 in my garage. I kind of switch back and forth between this and the 85mm depending on my mood, sometimes even the short 122 derp, but I don't think I used the 122 derp those days. But I think I probably, well, I had the Churchill 3 at this point, so I liked, that's a 57mm gun as well. I like the rapid firing nature of these guns, but it's also the most accurate gun that the KV-1 got, so for a small loss of penetration, back in those days, the extra accuracy I felt really was worth the trade-off, because you were only losing, I think, 8 pen or something like that. So I'm slowly trundling towards the northwest corner of Fail, as one tends to do in a heavy tank. There's 4 artillery on the enemy team, and apart from that, it's quite a nice matchup. There's only a smattering of tier 5s on each side. The Churchill, it should be noted, I think that's actually a Churchill 3, it won't be a Churchill 1, because I don't think there was a Churchill 1 at that point. It was just the Churchill. So, there's that, there's a KV-1, there's a T1 Heavy, pair of mediums which I'm not too worried about, and the main threat is really artillery. So me and the other KV-1 are up in this corner. Slightly concerned about the cap, so I could sit here and look how different this corner looks compared to these days. A lot of people watching the video may not even, they may not have been playing the game at this point, but look how different it looks. You can see the quite considerable changes and tweaks that go on to maps just all the time. So wargaming, they are doing stuff even if you don't necessarily notice it. So here we go, mad dash for the cap, because that T28 just got annihilated. T28 not the best choice to do a cap rush in anyway, but neither's the KV-1 especially. So I can't say I'm this replay is not, I'm not showing it because of my stunning competence, let's put it that way. I'm showing it because it's rather improbable how it actually all winds out being. I should also note, and I haven't done already, because this is an 8.0 replay, it's with the World of Tanks replay companion, and of course none of the mods are working. Well, I say none of them, Jimbo's Crosshair is, so just, that. Not that it matters for purposes of replay, but hey, it looks consistent with my normal stuff at least. So, hello Panzer 3-4. That guy, I mean, this team was pretty terrible, and I can't say I was really much better. But well, the result will be what it will be, but we're at 410 at the moment. That guy actually managed to get up and nail, I think, 2 of our artillery, only 1 of them is surviving. I'm actually, that wreck behind me, is it a T-46? I don't even know, but he's just perfectly placed. That wreck made this game go how it did. If that guy hadn't been there, this would have been a very, very different match. So, no, someone else got him. Okay. I still have some friendlies at this point, but look where they are. They're kind of in the open. The KV-1 is, well, that troll KV-1 armor. The other friendly KV-1 is actually kind of slowly pushing upwards. If I'd been sensible at this point, I might have tried to join him, but as you can see, there's still stuff shooting at me. There's still probably plenty of stuff concentrated where I am. I'm just trying to stay artillery safe more than anything at the moment. I think the thing that was bouncing on my rear armour, I think that was the Su-76, because even the rear of the KV-1's turret, for the lower caliber guns, it can still be quite troll, actually. So that guy, you know, these days I may have tried to go and help him, but I would have been interrupted by this enemy KV-1, and also there's the enemy Panzer IV, so suddenly I've got stuff to deal with. So yeah, let's lay down some hurt on these guys. That Panzer IV's been rather incautious. Managed to track him, and no, I'm not going to pen him at that angle. So obviously this is well within auto spotting range, so anyone else on the map that has a shot at me can see where I am exactly right now. But it's not hard to guess. None of their arties are actually in a position to hit where I am exactly at the moment, but I wonder how long it's going to take for them to start moving. Anyway, this Panzer IV, we've got him. Track him again, and no, I managed to miss that totally, but I think I've done an okay amount of damage so far. It's hard to tell because obviously don't have the Kodos, the XVM config Hitlog. I think he did it with the XVM. Oh, there we go, that's that KV-1 down. Our friendly KV-1 is still alive, but only just. So yeah, it's hard to tell, and there is the additional complication of, because it's an 8.0 replay, and even though I've tried uploading it to What Replays, I don't have a results screen. I know the number of kills I've got, I know most of the medals I got out of this, but I don't know what the potential damage received was, I don't know what the damage dished out was, I don't even know what my XP was for this battle. I may even have gotten a mastery badge out of it, I don't know. So that's just unfortunate, but it's because of the vintage of the replay, basically. But look at this, they're just... I mean, this is what the KV-1 used to be more like. Really, any of the more armoured tanks, and they were... One of the concerns when 8.6 came in was that the more armoured ones were going to be hurt as much as they were helped, and to some extent that was true. I mean, things like the KV-5, for instance. Now this was... Look at this. Look at that. Oh, that T1 HT Jedi, you noob! Why are you... Oh, no, ignore the Su-76. Jedi, what are you doing? Jedi, no. Oh, well. And the one shot that manages to connect, I managed to bounce off his gun mantle or whatever. And I'm still... Instead of helping the friendly KV-1... no. Wow. That was pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, okay, it was over a year ago. I'm definitely a better player since then, but still... I don't even know what my win rate would have been when I was playing the game. I was probably at like 5k battles at this point. Kind of like a third of what I've done up till now. So, yeah, I may have learned one or two things in the meantime, but that was a catastrophically bad mistake on my part. It's now 8:14. It's me versus everyone else. Now, everyone else at this point, fortunately, only consists of the T1 heavy tank, the 4 arties, who I'm largely safe for, a tier 4 and a tier 3. So the T1 heavy is the big threat right now. So it really depends how good this guy is. He might be able to take me down, but this rapid firing gun, his armor, I mean, he's only slightly angled, so I'm kind of having to aim for roughly where I think his weak spots are, his MG ports. But and if you see on the minimap, which I didn't notice right now, you know, I've got the Panzer III shooting at me, which is throwing off my shot. And there's an artillery that's slowly chugging towards me as well, but I refuse to be diverted from my purpose, or perhaps I just haven't noticed. There we go, that guy was just bumping into me trying to throw my shot off. The artillery manages to shoot my track, which is frankly hilarious. Point blank shot at the side of my tank, and what does he do? He shoots my track. Okay. Oh, okay, Panzer III, track him, and the Su-76 has come up to have a go as well. And I think the Su-76 actually does more damage than any of the other tanks to me. It does more damage to me than any of the other tanks combined. So look at this guy's actually managing to pen me, now that he's more close up. There we go, finish him off. Right, there is still time, I can cap this. There's 5 minutes to go, I've got a top gun. I've got... almost certainly a steel wall by this stage. Let's see what else. So it's 3 artillery, and these days Well, actually, these days I don't know, because you can go hunting the arty, but in a KV-1 on this map, if I was in a medium tank, if I was in a faster tank, I still probably would have sat there, you know, when I was at the time I was playing this. But these days I probably would just go arty hunting. But I don't think I would have actually been able to catch them in the KV-1. So in this position, if I was in this position again, you know, like right now, I probably would try and do the same thing. I would try and cap, but the parts up till now, I think I would have done rather differently. So we'll fast forward slightly, because there's nothing going to happen. Now, it just depends if they're going to let me cap, or if they are actually, you know, there's at least one that's just continuing to pelt where they think I am, or might be, in the hopes of getting a lucky shot. But it just depends if, oh, there we go, if somebody else decides to be a bit more active. Now, I don't think any of them were platoons, so they're all separate, they're not acting in concert. There's that M7 Priest. One hit will be enough to reset the cap, and that could be catastrophic. So I'm just going to keep pelting where I think he was. There we go. Okay, okay. That's what, 2 arties I've killed now? So there could be a Pascucci's medal in this for me as well. So let's speed up again. Will any of them be brave enough to try what that guy did? Oh, and someone is. Now, who is it? Is it... Well, it's got to be a griller. But which griller is it? And will they be any good? Now, yeah, this is going to be kind of a crucial point in the game, clearly. If I get reset now, I don't think there's going to be enough time for me to... Oh, there he is. It's a griller. And it's that griller. Okay. Okay, okay, this is a dilemma. Do I go out for him and risk being shot by the other one? Or, well, it's going to be a draw if I don't. I have to do something. So I'm clearly just considering my options at this point. I'm waiting for him to... Now he's just going to sit there, so let's... I don't know. Indecision! Indecision! Oh my god, what do I do? Everyone panic! This is a tricky situation for any player, and even, you know, noob PHJ was clearly panicking a bit at this point and not knowing what to do. But fortunately, kind of, this griller decides to. He's not content to just sit there. This guy wants to win. He doesn't just want it to be a draw. He wants to win. So he decides to go on the offensive. He's gonna try his luck, and okay, so I can be reasonably arty safe. Instead of trying to track him as he's turning, though, oh, Jedi, that was a fatal mistake. Okay, well, he's dead, and I got a Pascucci's medal and a Bradley Walters medal, but it doesn't matter because there's no way we're gonna cap now. So let's fast forward. This is it. This is gonna be a draw. I can't get up there in time, and yeah. Oh well. Oh well. So I did say it wasn't about me being competent, it was more the sheer improbability. And I think I have to say, the many games I've played since, in the KV-1, I mean, I've played a couple of hundred battles in it now. This has got to be the most ridiculous KV-1 battle I ever had. Ever. So, to recap. Steel Wall, Radley Walters medal and the top gun that goes before it, obviously. Pascucci's medal because I killed 3 artillery, and a Delanglades medal because I killed 4 people inside the cap. In fact, I think it was more than 4 people. But yeah, it's a pity I don't have the rest of the results for that, because I'd be really interested to see what they are. It's just that's obviously what I had, and if you look at my KV-1 record now, you know, I've that's a big chunk of the medals that I've gotten on just the KV-1 was from that one match. I don't think I've ever really bested that, and it's probably the most number of medals I've ever had in any match ever, all at the same time. There was probably, I don't even know, there might have been a sniper medal there or something, but probably not. The number of shots I've fired, I think it's unlikely. And who knows what else? There might have been some ribbons in there or something too. So, yeah. There we go. I've been saving that one for a little while, and I thought, okay, beginning of 2014, why not? Let's start with a bang, kind of thing. So we've had the VK7201 replay as something a bit interesting, a bit different, and now this, which is, yeah, I like to think I've improved a little bit since those days, but that's just, it's one of those matches that just it you remember it. You remember it even thousands of battles later because it's just so ridiculous, and the result is just so utterly. You just can't predict these things. You really can't, and that's why I like playing World of Tanks, and that's why I've kept playing World of Tanks, because the majority of the matches are never going to be like that, but the ones that are, oh boy, they do stick in the memory. So, if you enjoyed this this bit of nostalgia, this classic replay, this look at Noob PHJ from yesteryear, and wow, because I've gotten so much better since then, you guys. You can hit the like button, you can subscribe to my channel, you can leave a comment below, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.